trying to talk to people about how God is this and God is that, and the Bible says this and that and the other thing. But when you're talking to somebody and you say, and they, especially when they ask you questions, you say, well, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't believe in a coincidence that I got something in the mail like that. This is how God has taken care of you. And it might be financial, it might be emotional. And share that with them. That's your testimony. And it can be hugely encouraging. And a testimony is not preaching. It's not telling somebody what they need to be doing when they're doing something wrong. A testimony in a situation like that might be if they ask you, how did you get through a marriage crisis? And they ask me that question, and I can tell them. I had some friends that hung by me, a couple, and I thought I was alone. And some of those really dark nights, when I felt like I was abandoned by everybody, God was there for me. And I can share that. And that's part of my testimony. And I know some of your stories as I look around the room, and I know that you guys have had things like that happen to you as well. Where He's carried you, or where some mysterious, coincidental check arrived in the mail that you weren't expecting. Or somebody gave you a break, or this happened, that happened. That's your testimony. So, a couple of things. I would encourage you, if you're feeling a little bit beat up this week, or this month, or this year, or last year, take a look at the blessings. If you're in some kind of counseling or something like that, you might even say, write them down. Make a list of your blessings. What happened good this last week, or this last month, or last year? Write them down. And you might be thinking, well, I don't, nothing good happened. But when you think about it for even just a few minutes, you'll find out that you've been blessed. Maybe not your checkbook, or maybe not the big fancy house you're in, or the big fancy car you drive, or anything like that, but in some other ways, you've been blessed. I mean, you're here. Okay? You're alive and breathing. You have a friend right now who's just struggling in the hospital. Probably going to die. Probably going to die. And I'm thinking, we're all here. So that ought to be at the top of your list. I'm alive. And maybe your health is good, maybe it's not so good. But I mean, just start thinking about some of the blessings you have. If you've never thought about your testimony, putting together a list like that might help you think about what your testimony really is. What are some of those really dark times that God carried you through? That could be encouraging to someone else. So, as we continue on in this year, we're going to hear some more testimonies. And they are uplifting. And they are really fun. And sometimes they are a little sad at the beginning, but the end is always good. Because we serve a God who's in control of things, and He is leading these people. I like to say He rescues me and recreates me. And He does that for anybody that will let Him. And that's what a testimony is. It's how God catches you or helps you in that tough situation and moves you on. That's your testimony. Everybody needs to hear that. Because it's encouraging. If it's only Cindy that God's doing that for, then I'm thinking, Cindy's somebody special, and what hope do I have? But when you start hearing that there's a testimony here, and here, and here, and here, and here, all around our church in different ways, and God's taking care of us right now, today, in 2015, it's real. God's ready to do it, willing to do it, and is doing it right now. And we need to share that more. We need to have our testimony together so when somebody asks us, how can you be happy or not scared or discouraged or whatever in your situation. And right away, Luke can tell me, well, because I'm asking him, and he's going to say, yeah, I'm not sure about your situation, but let me just tell you how God's taking care of me, or how I got through a difficult time just like that, or similar to that, or something like that. And he's got me there. He's ready. So be thinking about that. Because we're going to be sharing some more. And I'm never going to put anybody on the spot. I'm not going to stick a microphone in Luke's face and say, Luke would do that. Annie might hurt me. But from time to time, we're going to have people share, not their whole life story. I was born in Yakima, Washington. No. It's like, what's God doing in your life? How's He rescued and recreated? I think that